You're listening to The Rack Show on VoxVii.com. Join Conrad.
Compared to a lot of other people, I'm very weak, but I'm super plucky, so I try.
And Lucas.
I call upon chaos spirits to grant death.
And Lucas missed.
I did not miss. That bunk bed, dead.
As they take geek culture off the shelf and show it to you.
It still looks goofy from the outside.
But it's so fun that you don't care.
You don't care.
The Rack Show. Geek culture at its best.
Welcome to episode 5, season 2 of The Rack Show out of the Phoenix Cafe in Hazel Park. I'm Conrad. As always, Lucas sitting across the table from me. What up, dude?
What up, Racketeers?
Yeah, that's actually a new thing that we're starting. Not gonna lie, I jumped on Lucas for it, but I kinda like it. I guess we're calling what fans we have Racketeers. So congratulations, guys. You have names.
Yeah, we'll get you... It's not gonna be mouse ears. We're gonna figure something out. Maybe t-shirts.
Maybe fake boob shirts for the rack.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't. I was joking. Please don't do that.
I like that. Right at the top. Can we do that? We could just take those plastic butts you get at Halloween that they wear on the side of clothes, cut them in half, and like super glue some fabric to them.
We can thrift store this up. I like it. I like the idea.
We can.
Halloween 6 months away, man.
Cosplayers out there, if you can figure out a Racketeer costume, let me know.
There you go.
We want pictures.
Why we are...
Which you can send to?
Oh, you can send it to The Rack Show on Facebook. So check it out. The Rack Show, Facebook, also on YouTube's as well. How is our website actually getting up and running, or what's up with that?
We're gonna keep that on Facebook right now.
Okay, we're
doing well for it.
Okay, cool. I just make sure I don't want to.
We're loving the likes, guys.
Yeah, no, we're
going through the roof.
Boomed this past week. Thank you so much, guys, for liking, listening. Really appreciate that. Sounds like somebody's trying to come into the Phoenix Cafe, and it sounds like they have keys, which means they're supposed to be here, but it's still a little distracting. We're just painting a picture for you guys since it's all audio. You don't know what's happening around here. While I have it in front of me, and I don't want to forget, I want to wish a very happy birthday to some Midwest Media Expo people that Lucas and I had the pleasure of meeting. One of your favorites, Lucas.
Tia Ballard. I love you, Tia Ballard.
Tia Ballard. And we'll tag you in this and let you know that Lucas loves you, and I have a great fondness for you as well.
You're my Mickey Mouse sibling, and only she understands that.
Yes, but very happy birthday to you, as well as a friend of mine that actually I got closer with after Midwest Media Expo actually got started. It didn't really get off the ground until we started talking on Facebook, but Monica Franco, a.k.a. Monaco, whose nickname I made up just now, very happy birthday to you as well.
And isn't she in England or somewhere overseas?
No, you're thinking of Ellie Monty. You're thinking of Ellie Monty, who is actually in, I think, from Luton, England.
Is she from Luton?
Yes.
Okay.
And she's actually been doing all sorts of stuff.
Well, good day, mate. No, that's not it.
That's terrible.
Sorry.
But what you can see
Monica.
on our Facebook page is Ellie Monty doing a cover of Fixer Upper from Frozen. Did you see that?
Which she's
I put that on there.
talented and beautiful.
Absolutely, yeah.
She's awesome. Awesome
she's,
people.
Great. It's not her birthday, but Monty, we love you as well. So Tia Ballard, happy birthday. Monica Franco, a.k.a. Monaco, happy birthday. And also, Monty, hi.
I also want to say a shout out to one of our friends and Racketeers, Marcel. Thank you for listening to the show, but also thank you for jumping my car outside of GameStop today. That was cool of you. Otherwise, I'd have been really, really late, as opposed to just being late.
This almost didn't happen because Lucas was completely stranded, but one of our...
With all the equipment.
Racketeers.
Racketeers.
One of our Racketeers came to the rescue, which is insane. Thank you so much for just existing. It's really cool that we could say that.
So, thank you again, Marcel. Be sure to come out and hang out with us sometime at one of our events.
Somebody who did come out and hang out with us, and we're very glad he's here, is one of our former hosts, but always friend and always brother to Lucas, Phil D. What's up, dude?
I literally thought that you guys were going to be like, Phil D together because you guys were both going in for it. I'm doing fantastic.
I watch Conrad.
Yeah, we take cues off of
We know, we've been doing this now.
Yeah, we're on episode 5.
Like
man.
We're coming out at the same time.
You've not seen the Facebook page, but one of our very, very, very loyal fans, who's also 14, says we're very, very professional, I guess.
Yes, thank you, Brennan. We really appreciate that, buddy.
We do. So Phil D's here, and when he's here, we talk about video games, so we have a good chunk of video games that we're going to talk to you about today. But Phil, what's been up with you for this season, since you're not on the show right now? Well, you're not now.
Yeah, you have a whole life, man.
You have a whole life. Things have changed
do you see
since
what
last
I did
summer.
Fill us in.
Fill us in.
Oh, look at that wordplay.
He's pulling the
blowing
pros.
my mind.
That was a pros.
It's more Eric.
Well, we got a place, so now I'm
Who's
living. Me and my girlfriend. That is Tiffany, and we just got our place, and we are in the midst of within the next month here having a baby boy. So,
Yeah, Phil.
yeah, so there'll be my demon spawn running the earth. Enjoy that, folks.
Phil D version 2. I'm going to get you those.
2.0.
The 2.0.
Nothing's as good as me. It's the Phil D version freaking .01 at this point, as far as I'm concerned. Bring it on, Hunter. Bring it on. You got some shoes to fill. No,
So his kid's name's going to be Hunter.
We
Hunter-
speculated that. We
Yeah.
were hoping we were right.
Is it Hunter Gabriel?
my son's name is going to be Hunter Gabriel Del Castillo, which in short term just means Hunter of Angels, I guess, of the castle, which is pretty damn cool.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I when he first told me, we were discussing one of my favorite game characters back in the day. I think it was made by Sierra Games. What was that game called? It was Gabriel Knight. That was what it was called. He was a Louisiana detective, and he invested the
Hunter hunted?
He investigated the paranormal down there and the voodoo and stuff like that. It was a really awesome point and click adventure game, much like Monkey Island.
Cool.
I think by the same people, maybe. No, it's not. But anyways, it was the same type of deal back when those point and click adventures were awesome, and they still are. I'm just saying that the Gabriel Knight series was awesome, and that's why I like this name.
So yeah, my kid's name is Hunter Gabriel Del Castillo. So I know it's pretty epic. So just everyone, it's cool.
And you're working now,
Yep.
which I mean,
Yeah, well, I have a solid.
you have a solid job.
Solid
Before you were a
job.
server, right?
Right. I was serving before, but now holding it down a little bit more because having a kid,
Holding it down a little more, having a kid, having a place, having a girl.
Yep.
You're doing really well for yourself. And Phil, we wish you the best. and We really hope we can get you back here.
Thank you. And
as often
I
as
will be happy
as
to
your
come
life
in.
permits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
We
gonna
know
be
you got
fun.
responsibilities.
Yeah. But on top of responsibilities, you're also doing a little bit of gaming.
Oh yeah, definitely.
why don't we go ahead and
a lot of it in right now?
why don't we
because
segue into the T-shirt that you're currently wearing, which is
got it.
Titanfall.
Titanfall.
Not just any T-shirt. I'm going to plug it again. It's a Loot Crate exclusive.
Loot Crate, woo woo.
So I got him a Loot Crate for his birthday, and it just happened to be Titanfall, or it was at the Titan.
It's called Attack on Titanfall.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about Attack on Titan a little bit later in the show for you anime fans out there. But Titanfall right now, I played it, Phil played it, Conrad, I rented it, and he never played it.
I tried. I just couldn't make it work.
Couldn't make it work. It's too many buttons, I guess. I don't know.
It's more like I didn't realize that my Xbox Live membership had run out.
And
that's right.
That's one of the
it's
first
required.
disclaimers.
Yeah, you
That's
have
one of
to
the
have
first
it to play.
disclaimers
Yeah.
is that you have to have Xbox Live.
Ours
You have to have
expires this
gold.
month.
And, yeah.
Xbox, send us more gold, just
Yes.
so you know.
Xbox.
We need more.
We would love it so that I could keep playing all of your games that you make me just play online only. Even though I believe Titanfall is a great game, could have definitely benefited from some campaign.
I think so, too.
It does have a campaign. The only problem is that just as everything else, the campaign is fully online. It's a very weird way to do it. It's a really good game just for the multiplayer, but outside of that, you don't really catch much of a story. So if you're looking for that, you might want to look somewhere else if you're looking for a good story like that. But really, with all others, with most space games, it's these Space Marines versus these Space Marines pretty much. So
there's no aliens. It's all Space Marines.
no, there are no aliens, unfortunately, but
Maybe one day with DLC.
you do have robots, though. Robots are a big part of it. It's a pretty sweet game. Very locomotive. What's cool about it is actually I've been crossing it from, to all you old school gamers out there, Quake Arena mixed with Call of Duty. So,
Mixed with huge ass robots.
I would say Call of Duty mixed with Quake Arena mixed with Mirror's Edge because there's a lot of free running involved, a lot of like I said, locomotion, and it is smooth, it's beautiful, it's fast, it's fun.
So an idea of the show is you're this guy, you're running, it's at first just a normal shooter with some, what's that called? The jumping and stuff. What's that called?
Acrobatics,
Yeah, the acrobatics involved. There's a French word for it though.
parkour.
Parkour with some
free running.
parkour and some free running involved. And then there's this other entity, which are these big ass robots that get dropped from space. every like 2 minutes or something like that?
Well, what it is that these things, they are called Titans, and Titans have been produced as pretty much war machines, more or less. So, from what I caught from the story, they warp in, and they shoot down, and you can watch them fall from the sky, which is pretty cool, and it's almost like a countdown kill streak almost. So what that is pretty much is that you start... You have a 3-minute countdown to when your Titan can drop, and then the more you kill, the more you rack up points, the more it shaves off time on your Titan. So
Is that how it works?
So if you play better, you're rewarded with having your Titan quicker, and your Titans work just like other classes. Just like in Call of Duty, you have 5 different classes that you can make of all different things. What's interesting about the whole setup is that the guy who made this game possible, the actual studios that did it was Respawn. And Respawn was actually formed by recent, I believe they were either fired or laid off, but they were taken off the team of the new Call of Duties from Infinity Ward. So they actually named their company Respawn because they wanted to show them that they could actually do some good stuff out there. And
Seems like they succeeded.
Yeah, I tip my hat to them because you gotta look, man. Titanfall's their first game, and it's a huge launch. Huge hype.
Right now, it's an exclusive for Xbox.
Right, and it's definitely going to be moving from Titanfall 2 and on if there's going to be a 2, or if they're just going to try a new video game style, but it seems like a pretty solid one. Definitely could use some tune-ups, but is a great way to pass some time. You have your whole prestige thing, restart, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But it is going to be moving, and I believe that's where a lot of video games are actually going to be going, which is why Bungie is not it's no longer just going to be Microsoft, which what it was back in the day with Halo. So what they're doing now is they actually took Destiny and they're going to be putting it out on the PlayStation. Also,
I'm excited for that.
And that's just because it's a great business move because they've solidified their amazingness in the video game industry and
now they're kind of spreading their horizons, letting more people access it. Yeah,
and it's like a thing is, if you're going to be a business, you better be a business and you better go at it big. So you had a great jump off platform, but now it's time to play with all consoles, and I wouldn't be surprised.
It's a AAA title now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if something didn't come out for the Nintendo. Whatever.
Titanfall for the Nintendo?
No.
Titanfall for the Wii U.
That'd be interesting. No, but that's a little bit about the game. But yeah,
how would that even work? Just like you have this big tablet in front of you, and you're like swiping.
I would do it. I would give it a try. I
like the Wii U, but it seems awkward with modern first-person shooters sometimes.
Well, anything Nintendo does is awkward with first-person shooters.
Anything
Have you not
Nintendo
seen Red
does
Steel?
that's a third party is awkward.
Yes.
First-party stuff, the stuff that's specifically developed for the Wii U,
Amen.
great stuff.
I
It's just
agree.
when third-party tries to come in, especially cross-platform stuff, doesn't translate
Metroid
well.
actually was pretty good. And that was a first-person
Yeah, but
shooter.
Metroid is a Nintendo exclusive.
Yes.
They designed it for the
Here's
Nintendo.
the thing. For every one game that's good for any Nintendo stuff, and I'm not meaning to stomp on anyone here, but
You're not saying anything we don't already know.
Right, there's
Yeah.
5 other great games, for everything else.
Yeah.
So
Now, I'm going to get back onto Titanfall because I haven't been able to touch it. So, you mentioned that at first it begins, Lucas I think said this, it begins as a first-person shooter with some parkour. So you got a guy with a gun, he's running around, he's acrobatic.
And like 3 minutes in, you're just like, you have your Titan. Or the lady says something.
Yeah,
so
so
you
your
have to
Titanfall's
probably
ready to
go
drop.
find
And you
your
can hit,
Titan.
no, it drops wherever you are.
Oh, okay.
you just press a button, and what it does, it's wherever your reticle's at within, a certain amount of spacing, so you can't drop your Titan across the map, but you can drop it at a certain point.
And you can drop it on people.
You can drop it on people, you can drop it on Titans, and there's actually achievements for it.
Which is cool.
There's a
The
great
weapon
amount of
itself.
challenges, just like in Call of Duty. There's a great amount of challenges that you can complete, extra XP. There's also this really cool new system that they've introduced called burn cards. What burn cards are...
I've got that far. It sounds pretty awesome.
Burn cards are pretty cool. They alter the way that you play. I didn't think much of it at first, but the farther that you get into the game, the more that you realize, wow, these burn cards are really helping. Utilize them, play them just like you would play cards. You get 3...
Sorry, I'm making a face of Phil because I have no idea what burn card is.
Right. So what burn cards are is this idea of... how do
you get them first?
You complete challenges, you upgrade levels, it'll give you a pack of burn cards. It'll give you a pack of rare burn cards, or it'll give you regular burn cards for achieving things in game, like
and what do you do with
killing grunts and whatnot.
What do you do with a burn card?
you have a deck, and this deck only holds so many burn cards, and then you have 3 spots where you can actually place different burn cards, anywhere from taking, shaving time off your Titan right away, dropping a Titan in right away, which are very rare, all the way from, prosthetic legs, I think, is one of them, and that makes you run faster, which is a great advantage.
Your person,
right.
not your Titan.
Well, it depends, because your Titan also has, it's kind of like a dual thing. So say that you have the thing that shaves off time off your Titan. So that would be for your pilot. But if you play that and it shaves off time off your Titan, aside from that, if you already have your Titan's core ability, which is an ability that you can, after gaining certain amount of points and inside your Titan, you can activate this ability, whether it's unlimited dashing or dash cores, maximum damage, which is heightening your damage, or shield cores, or so all this kind of stuff really puts some variety into the game, because it really keeps you on your toes. Burn cards, you don't know if someone else has a burn card and they're coming after you with an amped up gun. These amped up guns didn't think much of the cards, but they're awesome, man. You can just run and plow through everything. But yeah, your burn cards literally go for your pilots or your Titans. Play them smart, depending on what you're playing. Capture the flag or,
Now, I'm going to, sorry, Lucas, because I know you've touched a game I haven't, so I don't know if I'm asking questions that are obvious, but you said capture the flag is a gameplay style.
They're called different things.
Yeah, free-for-all probably, something like that, yeah.
Well, actually, there is no free-for-all mode.
Oh.
Because the game is really... It's very interesting. It's definitely a team-based game. But attrition, classic team deathmatch, then capture the flag. A cool mode is last Titan standing. You all drop in Titans. You get 1 Titan, that's it. Then the last Titan that's there is, that team wins. But
so is there a storyline?
There is a storyline, but
loose.
you can only get it in the campaign. The campaign is all online. The campaign it's you don't catch much of it just because of the pure fact that everything that happens is a narrative that ends up happening in the lobby or in a little side screen up at the top right of your screen, which you really don't pay attention just because you're so much into it.
What to do is they save probably a lot of money not putting a true campaign.
Right, and this being their first game, kind of saving.
And that's why you saw some of the Call of Duties. You would have one whole studio do the campaign mode, then you'd have Infinity Ward come in and just do all the multiplayer stuff.
And that's where this guy came from.
And he came from the multiplayer universe, so that's what they know. So they played their strongest card.
So
it sounds
that
like
guy was a
really
badass.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
awesome.
The producer in Respawn, all those guys over at Respawn, amazing.
You're probably
way to kick ass at Infinity Ward, guys.
You're probably thinking, what makes this different than other mech games? And I'm going to explain this to you right now, real simple. The difference is, in Mech Warrior, you're not usually separate from your mech. You don't have this feebleness
right off the bat,
where you're outside your mech and then it drops in, and then you just all of a sudden gain all this power. And all the other players are also doing the same thing. They gain all this power 3 minutes in, usually.
So you could find a regular person outside of their mech, and you're outside of their mech, and you guys can shoot each other, very Call of Duty-esque.
Yes.
And
you're running through houses, because
you're running on walls.
You're running on walls.
But if a regular person finds a Titan, they're going to turn on and run?
A regular person can, a little guy outside his mech can bring down a Titan, because they have a Titan weapon. Every guy in the game has a Titan weapon. And
don't use it.
It's really hard to use.
Don't use it.
There has to be a couple of you taking down one Titan with a Titan weapon.
So kind of like how in Attack on Titan, which is a segue, I'm segueing into this anime, a team of people have to take down a Titan.
Yeah,
you can't just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna kick your butt."
You also get two
have
weapons.
An AK-47.
And before that segue happens, I know you want to move on. The greatest thing in this game is when you first play it and you hit that, your very first time hitting the drop my Titan button, you realize the power you have, because that Titan just drops and there's a shield that goes over him, so as you run into your Titan you don't die automatically. And he picks you up with his hand and he puts you in his chest, and it's just oh shit, this is real. And then you can jump out of your Titan, and he has his own AI, so you can actually have your Titan follow behind you, cover your ass, and then you jump out of your Titan and you're running to take a point, and he's taking out all these guys behind you because he's on his own AI. Just because you drop out of your Titan in mid-game, if you wanted to jump out of him, doesn't mean he's useless. Now he goes and fights along the side of you. He sort of becomes a familiar that towers above you, and it's sort of really cool.
It's a great balance of gameplay.
Great balance.
I've taken out more Titans as a pilot than I will ever take out because I'm a ballsy player. This game definitely rewards you with going balls to the wall.
Cool. I would definitely give it a go. Anything else?
Titanfall.
Titanfall
is awesome.
Sounds like a stamp
Rent it,
of approval
buy it,
from the rack.
Definitely buy it.
Oh, real quick, season pass it too because new maps because you're gonna get frustrated playing the same stuff over and over again.
You can say shit.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure on the parameters, but I'll definitely get the season pass. And for all you other nerds out there, this is why I'm getting it. Optimus Prime is going to be a featured Titan with his broad axe. Just saying.
I want to play Optimus Prime. Not gonna lie.
He's gonna have his own weapons and everything. So,
Attack on Titanfall.
Attack on Titanfall was the name of the Loot Crate. That Lucas
Attack on Titanfall.
The Attack on Titanfall was what Lucas and Phil got. I didn't get it because I'm a loser. But I have tried to get into this Attack on Titan show that's just premiered on Toonami. It's already out. A few seasons already exist over in Japan. But Toonami has been doing a really good job of bringing these new animes over.
I've been hearing a lot about Attack on Titan. I saw it when we were at UMACon, which is the local, really humongous Midwest anime convention here in downtown Detroit. And I see a lot of it, and I talked to a guy today, and he says it's even better than my favorite anime right now is Sword Art Online. He says it's even better than that. I haven't been convinced. I tried to watch the first episode
in English or in subtitle.
No, it was subtitled.
Because you and your attention span for subtitle is bad.
I can't do the subtitles. I'm sorry. I'm not a purist when it comes to anime. I can't do it. It's even hard for me to do it in film, which is my passion and love. There's very few films that I'll actually watch subtitled. I really need to concentrate. I can't just zone out and watch it and enjoy it. It feels more like homework to me, having to read, and then because I can't split my. I'm a folk one thing. I can't read and then enjoy.
Well, the people who can watch
Toonami, is it in English now?
Yes, it is in English.
It's
and
in
that
English?
is racist.
It's not racist.
If
it's not racist if you're what?
Half of you is white, which means you're half racist.
Wow, that's a good point.
Boom. Yeah, I didn't say that before the show. I was waiting to use that for you when we were recording.
Yeah, I figured.
All right,
I knew
that
was but the other half saves me.
If you say so. But the subtitles out there, actually, I'm going to go ahead and plug Crunchyroll just because that's where I watched a lot of Sword Art Online before it actually came over to
Crunchyroll's great.
English. Yeah, Crunchyroll's great.
Explain what Crunchyroll is.
Crunchyroll is a website you can go on, and it has a bunch of these animes that are also dubbed and in English.
Not just a website.
And not just a website.
It's an app on your Xbox.
It's an app on your Xbox you can use as well, yes.
And an app on your phones.
But it's a great way to keep up to date on anime, that's a current anime that's out there. It's how I watched all of Sword Art Online.
Do you have a subscription?
I do not. Ooh. But maybe we should. Hey, Crunchyroll, we're plugging you.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to show us some love.
Crunchyroll is like Netflix for anime.
It really is. It's really great. And we're getting off topic because we're good at that. But Attack on Titan is a great show. Basically, the concept is that there are these giant humanoids running around that eat people.
They're naked also, aren't they?
They don't have any clothing, no.
And they also don't have any genitals.
Yeah, they don't have any genitals. They're all kind of masculine in build, but yeah, they're genitalless, they're sexless, which is redundant.
They're mindless.
And they're pretty much mindless other than just hunger. They kind of wander around. They're not very fast moving unless they need to be.
And this is why I wasn't interested. It doesn't seem like it was a really good villain.
You don't understand because
it seems like a really poor put together
humanity has been pushed to the brink of extinction because of these Titans because they are very resilient to any type of outside damage. The only thing that can hurt them is at the nape of their neck. If you use a blade right at the nape, and Phil's actually pantomiming what I'm saying.
We don't do video on the show anymore, Phil.
Yeah, but
we lost the cameras.
if you use a sword or some sort of sharp object right at the base of the neck where their spine meets their neck, it's a death blow to them. And so what these Attack on Titan, and I think the scouts are the main focus point of this, they have this, and I think it's called the vertical maneuvering.
Oh, yeah.
What is vertical maneuver something?
Yeah, it's a 3D system.
Yeah, basically
3D,
what happens is it lets them move
called.
in 3 dimensions. So they have these kind of somewhat similar to Spider-Man in the sense where they shoot out anchors to walls, to trees, to whatever they can find, and they zipline themselves up, and then they retract them, and they shoot them again, and it lets them maneuver around these Titans that are on average 15 meters tall, which is, really freaking tall, and so it gets them up to where they need to be, and it also makes them move around faster than the Titans really can follow. Now, that doesn't mean that it makes it easy. Squads have to go after these things to be able to take them down, and they do not always succeed, which is evident in the first episode of Attack on Titan.
Because they all live in, what I understand from the first episode, because I could read most of it, but I didn't see most of it because I was reading it. There's 3 walls around the city.
Around the city, which is all of humanity. 3 walls.
All of humanity's in that little
all
city?
All of humanity. Well, it's not a little
circle.
city. It's giant. Yeah, but it's a circle within a circle within a circle. And then there are these areas that jut out from the outer circle that's actually there strategically to attract Titan attention. They're very fortified walls, and these walls are 200 meters tall. So, 50 meters tall. Very, very tall. They're over 200 feet. Okay. And Titans are maybe 1/10 the size of the wall. And what happens is at the beginning of this, there's this, I think it's called the Colossal Titan. Mm-hmm. There's a Titan that shows up, a bolt of lightning, red lightning, hits a Titan, I guess, and all of a sudden this gigantic, over 200-foot Titan shows up and kicks a hole through the outer wall, which let all these littler Titans in, and that's the beginning of the end for, I think it's...
Peace.
Yeah, Shima, I believe. Is the name of the outer cropping, where our main characters, Aaron and the other 2 children who actually grow up to become scouts.
I don't want to give away too much.
Yes, because you've read the manga, which I was going to ask you, how's the comparison between the manga and the anime? Because
I haven't gotten into it too much, but I have flipped through it a little bit.
That came
looking
in
at
your
certain
loot crate.
Right, it was in the loot crate. But I flipped through it here and there. I haven't really got time to sit down and watch it with everything, but or go through it, I should say. Mm-hmm. Everything looks spot on, though. I mean, the reason I believe that the second season's not out yet, and the only reason for that is because I don't believe the second manga's finished yet, and they want to catch everything up first before they continue on.
The first season is 25 episodes, I believe. 13 episodes have been confirmed for Toonami, with the other 13 or 12 going to be...
Is Funimation doing this?
I don't think so.
I think so. They're the main distributors. I would love to see if Funimation...
I want to say yes. I want to say you're right about Funimation.
If Tia Ballard is one of the voices...
That would be amazing.
I would be amazing. I'm a fan. I'm just like, I could listen. Tia, I love you.
If you guys are interested in watching it and you guys want to check it out, just go on Netflix.
Yeah, so
it's on Netflix.
Funimation is distributing it. They
In
don't
North
make
America.
stuff. They distribute stuff for America.
They've licensed the anime.
So what happens is they get it and then they redub it with their actors down in Houston, and Tia Ballard is one of them. And it'd be awesome to see her play somebody in
It would be amazing. And
we're just props to Tia Ballard.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Just within the first 2 episodes of the show that I've seen on Toonami and from the manga that I've read a little bit of the manga, seems like just the drama that the show, and I will admit, it just seems like it's larger than Sword Art Online. That's nothing against Sword Art Online, because it's a great show. It has some great concepts to it.
They're going to come out, I hear whispers that there might be another season of Sword Art.
Well, Sword Art Online manga exists in a sense that, like, that main character, whose name escapes me in Sword Art Online.
Starts with an A.
I don't know. No, that's Asuna. You're thinking of the chick.
Oh, okay.
His name is something else. But he basically becomes this beater in all of these online immersive games. Like, he retains the knowledge base, and so what they do is, I think this investigative unit is like, hey, you're basically a cheat code in yourself. This is happening in this game. Go check it out. And so I think each season is him going into different kinds of games. I think the next one he goes into, because he was in a medieval game, he was in a fairy game. I think the next one he goes into is a Call of Duty-esque game, where he goes in with a gun and...
Oh, wow, that would be awesome.
Right, it's very different. So Sword Art Online, really good. Not saying that it's bad in any way, shape, or form, but it seems like Attack on Titan is going to become like one of those Toonami staples. I was talking to Phil about this earlier, like Inuyasha, like Cowboy Bebop. You know, it's going to really kind of get a foothold in those.
Cool.
It's got a very thick storyline. It's very in it. You know what? If you watch it and you're sitting
why
there,
is it good? So convince me why to watch the English version.
Well, I watched it all subtitled. I love subtitles. I believe that that's the way that, especially manga, or the anime should be watched. If they're made like that.
You're a purist.
I'm not. I watch everything with subtitles, whether it's Doctor Who or any other movies or anything. I watch everything.
Doctor Who doesn't have subtitles.
It's in English.
It's in English.
I'm saying I watch with subtitles on everything. I watch subtitles on everything.
On English.
So, on English, only in English. And
first off, the animation and the action in it
fantastic.
are amazing.
Really?
Even within the first 2 episodes, which barely is really action, kind of like less. Like, you don't see a lot of it, but what you do see is going to make you hungry for more.
And that's just because the stories in it are just. It's almost like they can take you real human feelings and emotion. You know, you're in this fantastical world where all of humanity is right there, and then, you know, they're being attacked by these gigantic zombie-type things. That's what I look at them as. And
It also deals with, like, it takes, like, your primal fear of, A, losing your spot on the food chain, and B, being devoured. And makes it, like, an ever-present...
It's tasty.
It's very,
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
It's very visual.
Yeah, it's very grueling.
And I love it because, you know, these people are going into battle, the scouts and whatnot. There's different regiments, and, you know, it breaks down by, you know, scouts, you know, I forgot what the other ones are called. But
Scouts are the elites, though. They're the ones that actually go outside the wall and try to take down Titans.
So they do.
If you like something that's not anime, explain, like, say, let's make a comparison. If you like this, you would like Attack on Titan. So if you like...
That's the thing, though, and
Luke
and I were talking about this. It's a really different feel for it because
like
the guy who put it on,
or what?
Dark.
This guy in excuse me while I look up his name. I think it's Hajime Isayama. He's a 27-year-old kid, you know, so he's thinking in a way that, like, isn't really in the cast of, you know, of regular anime. So it's kind of hard to kind of compare it to anything else because even though it's a Japanese anime, it has a very German feel to the architecture and stuff.
And that's what it is.
The technology is back in the turn of the century. They have cannons, so they've figured out gunpowder, but there's no real like
you'll
electricity
find,
or anything.
You'll get the feel for it once you start getting a little bit more into it. What's nice is everything's really explained. Later on, as you watch, you're going to have a lot of questions right from the get. But you're going to have them answered because he does a really good job. Yeah, he does a really... That's the only season right now, I believe. He does a really good job at explaining everything, building these amazing 3 characters. Outside of that, he builds even better characters outside of them.
How many characters are we looking at following?
Oh gosh! Well, first introduce you to the main 3 children that will grow up to become the main 3 protagonists in the show.
Definitely.
But yeah, from that it just branches off. It's very vibrant, very rich.
And what I like about it is that
Game of Thrones is like this.
I wouldn't say it's as much like Game of Thrones in that sense, but Game of Thrones excels in that in a way that I think has never been seen before.
Okay,
but this does a good job of it too.
Okay, cool.
And it just I like it because it really gives human qualities to an anime character in battle, like real battle fatigue. Like people, like morality is a huge thing in the army. Like people are seeing like their friends that they've grown up with literally be bitten in half and like chomped up and like ripped into pieces essentially and just blown apart.
So it's very graphic too.
Absolutely,
very graphic.
So it's very adult. It's not like your normal cartoon.
Highly adult themes.
Well, I mean, it's on Toonami, and Toonami is pretty known for putting on adult cartoons, and I don't want to say anime because that's also where you would find Boondocks, which is another great animation, very adult content, American show. Yes. So yes, very very graphic. It's not for kids.
Okay.
So, but definitely check it out. We are running late. I think I can be okay with making this only 3 minutes. Raise your hand if you've seen Neighbors.
Oh, we are going to do the Neighbors thing.
Yeah, I put it on the thing. You approved it.
It is definitely...
I did not approve it.
It is on my checklist, though.
I do want to see it, though.
Well, let me just say...
It looks funny.
If you liked the previews, you're going to get the movie. Like it doesn't deviate away from that. It's all the sight stuff. It's all the funny, jokes.
Sight gags.
Yeah, sight gags.
So go see it?
Absolutely go see it. No, it's great. Go see it now. Seth Rogen is very funny. Zac Efron does a really good job of being just
movie
that
day.
boneheaded kind of frat guy next door, but he's super charming and super good looking, and he kind of rides that way for as long as he can, which in this movie is up to his senior year. And what's cool is that this movie, on top of being hilarious, it goes into the characters not deeper, because the movie's not made to be deep, but it puts a little bit of flavor into it. Like, you have Seth Rogen and the wife, whose name escapes me. I'm a terrible person. They're new parents. They're kind of in their midlife crisis-esque, because they're going from being this couple that, just got out of college to a couple that owns a house, has professions, have a child, and the baby in it is adorable, by the way. The baby is absolutely adorable. And then all of a sudden, this frat house moves next door, and they realize that they can't do that stuff anymore. Not only can they not do that stuff, but a lot of their driving urge to get rid of them is for their child, for the well-being of their kid. And then on top of that, you have this frat next door, and a lot of them are seniors, and they're worried about, trying to become real people in society as opposed to being students. It does a really good job of fleshing out the characters, especially from a filmmaker aspect, Lucas. I think that you will enjoy it.
I'm going to enjoy it because it's Seth Rogen. I love Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen needs to be on our show and then hang out with us and have a beer.
Seth Rogen's an amazing person. I seen him in Congress, I think it was. Well, no, he had this huge talking about Alzheimer's and stuff. He's a really cool person.
He seems like a really good guy.
He is.
Seth Rogen, you're always welcome on the show if you want to stop
Seth
on
Rogen,
by.
you're amazing.
If you want to step
cool
on,
dude.
Seth Rogen. Seth. Are
we just going to try to get... Is that what we're doing now? We're just going to try to get as many people on the... So we have Tia Ballard and we have Seth Rogen.
We could have had Tia Ballard on the show.
That would have been great
2 weeks
if we
ago.
could figure that out.
Next topic.
Why don't we go ahead and make you pay for your porn, Lucas?
Yeah, my porn.
Yeah, no, your porn. Everyone's
your
porn. There's been recent uprising in the porn industry because of some stuff that Samuel L. Jackson said. Samuel L. Jackson went on record saying RedTube, which I think everybody here knows about, and our listeners can either pretend to not know about if they don't want to.
And all our young listeners, don't go there.
Yeah, don't go there.
Just turn this off for about 3 minutes.
It is a free site where you can watch adult movie clips if you do so wish. And Samuel Jackson went on record saying that he thinks that RedTube is one of the greatest pop culture achievements in the last 50 years, which made the porn industry kind of really butt up against that because they're like, hey, wait a minute, that's all free stuff. That's all pirated stuff. That takes money out of our pockets, just like any industry where piracy is an issue, and I would say porn probably is one of the biggest victims, for lack of a better word, of this.
I wouldn't say it's one of the... It's a big victim, but what makes it scary for just anybody, say if you don't watch, if you're pretending you don't watch porn, what makes it scary, and this is coming from a filmmaker, a clean filmmaker's point of view, is that the porn industry actually sort of turns the head of the technology film industry. Or just the industry itself. And a lot of people don't know this. The biggest reason, back in the days, back in the 80s, this is coming back from my film history classes, there was these two types of formats for home video. There was Betamax and there was VHS. And the reason why Betamax was far superior in quality, in archival, it was just 10 times better for viewing purposes. It didn't wear as easily. But the reason why Betamax did not win over VHS is because the porn industry went with VHS. And that's why we had VHSs. For you, the youth, those are big tapes they're big black tapes. Usually you put it into this machine and it's not like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich you probably did when you were younger. Now, maybe a little bit more recent, especially us 30-year-olds, will remember HD DVDs versus Blu-ray DVDs. And that was also a big thing. What was the porn industry going to pick? HD DVDs or Laserdisc over CDs or DVDs? There was Laserdisc. Now, again, CDs were just easier to produce for the porn industry since we have DVDs. Same thing with Blu-ray. And the porn industry has always made the decision. What makes it scary for pirates is that if the porn industry is going to go after pirates now, that means it makes the entertainment industry for film that much stronger to go after pirates also. If that makes sense.
No, what you're talking about is that whatever porn backs tends to get some clout behind it as well. And since Pay for Your Porn is the anti-piracy campaign that has been headed up by the porn industry to try to convince people to pay for their porn, because if you don't, you're stealing and piracy is wrong. And they equate it, like Lucas was saying, to the film industry talking about not stealing their movies, or the music industry, the drummer from Metallica talking about stealing music. It is the exact same thing, but there's a kind of a stigma that is attached to pornography because of its adult content, because of its dirtiness, smuttiness, and I'm using air quotes here for people who can't see me, which is everybody that's not in this room. But think about it. I don't remember the last time I purchased pornography.
You don't?
I remember the first time I was 18. I had just become legal enough to buy...
He is lit up right now. He's like a light bulb.
Because it's a funny story, all right? I had just become legal enough to buy pornography and cigarettes. So what I did was I went to my local convenience store and I bought some porn, I bought some cigarettes, and they didn't have to see my ID.
At the convenience store.
Because that's what it was.
This is porn and cigarettes. Right? We're in Hazel Park, okay? It's a very common thing here.
But I put the porn on the counter and I asked for the cigarettes, and she was like, okay, that's so-and-so dollars. I was like, oh, do you not want to see my ID? Because it was my birthday. And she's like, oh, yeah, sure. So I showed her my ID, and she looked at it, and she saw I was 18. She's like, okay, so-and-so. And I was like, oh, I don't really want to buy these. I just wanted you to carded me to get these to show that I could legally get them if I wanted to. I don't smoke. And she just gave me this death stare.
I would be pissed too. It's just like, stop wasting my time.
There was nobody there, all right? I'm sorry. Maybe she should have taken some night classes. I don't know what to tell her. I'm sorry. She wasn't very satisfied with her current profession. Sucks to be her.
Yeah.
More of the stories. Porn stars want you to buy their porn, like legally purchased by their porn. And what Lucas is saying is this is going to have a pretty, or that it could have a pretty drastic effect on piracy as we know it. Free stuff on the internet as we know it.
I'm interested in seeing how this develops because usually the entertainment industry won't go, oh, we want the help of the porn industry. But if the porn industry sort of says, hey, let me help you make that decision, the entertainment industry as well, it's in our best interest to let them help us.
It's going to be detrimental to all those billboards.
I'm interested in seeing how it goes. This is how I feel on piracy. Let me just put this out there. I believe people should get paid for their work. I do. Being a struggling filmmaker back in the day, I was like, it'd be nice to get paid for your work. As any artist of any profession knows, you do a lot of free work, especially when you're starting out, or you get pulled in by friends and family to do a lot of free work, whether that's photography for weddings or videography for weddings or whatever. I'm a big fan of getting paid for your art. I think that's a big thing. That being said, it's not like I've never watched a downloaded movie.
Lucas,
So,
still.
I think everybody has that, where whether you're at another person's house and you watch their downloaded movie that's still sort of supporting it, I really can't take a side on this. I really can't. Because I understand the pirate, and that's going into the next thing. Pirates actually are good. According to an article I saw online.
Now, I remember that when we were doing our show prep, I told you to can this up for the show because I want to see exactly how you're going to come at this to defend this.
Now, so there was a report, and I wish I had it on me. My laptop's not on because it's too loud. There's a report that was put out there, and I want to say it was either Kotaku or Reddit. I don't remember where I saw this. But
Which one do we like more?
Both of them.
We're going to say Reddit.
I'm a big fan of Kotaku, I'm not going to lie.
Well, then we're going to say Kotaku.
So what happens is, and this was done by a university, and I don't have the article in front of me. I'll see if I can find a link to give you guys. But it said that people who pirate end up spending more money on media than a person that doesn't pirate. For the pure reason that the person that pirates just consumes more media on a day-to-day basis. So that guy that, maybe has a 6-hour job and then he really enjoys watching movies and he does marathons, he's going to have Netflix. He's also going to go into and buy DVDs of things he likes, but he's also going to download stuff too because, he doesn't have that budget. He's only working 6 hours or whatever. You're going to download stuff, but he's the one that actually consumes the most legal content on the broad spectrum of things.
Arguably, he also consumes the most illegal content as well.
He would only consume what his budget consisted of anyways. Does that make sense? So if you and Phil only worked 6 hours a day and he consumed media for the rest of the day and you were working a lot and you went to the movies once a week.
Which I currently do now. Yep.
Okay, so you went to the once a week. You're paying $10. You might buy a DVD a week. Let's say you spend $20 on that DVD. You're contributing $30. Because the rest of your time, you're going out and hanging out and doing stuff. Phil just stays home. He has Netflix. That's $15 to the industry right there.
A month.
A month. Right?
$7.99.
Okay, $7.99.
They're raising their price.
Yeah, that's another show.
We can talk about that.
9 o'clock, $9. Then he goes out to the movie, takes his girlfriend. That's $15 more on the minimum.
Yeah, let's see.
And then he goes and buys. He goes and buys. He goes and buys
a new video game, probably once a month.
Well, a new video game. That's another $60. Then each week he buys 2 more, 3 more, 4 more DVDs to watch throughout the week. On top of that, he's also downloading. So he's contributing more to the entertainment industry than you are because he just consumes more. And because he's a mass consumer, he only has a limited budget. So whatever he can't buy, he downloads. He's not going to buy it anyways. If he had more money, he might buy it.
Yeah, but you're also coming at this from the mentality that somebody spends as much time and as much effort and as much money as they legally can to consume this, and then once they've met that limit, then they decide to download all this stuff. That's the way you're explaining it.
The report pretty much says just because of how their behavior is, they'll spend money on entertainment. There's certain things they might not get, or maybe they want the Blu-ray copy with all the extras, which you can't get online usually. So they want that because they're a connoisseur. Like if you drink a lot of wine, you know wine. Does that make sense?
And you want a good wine.
And you want a good wine.
You'll pay for a good wine.
So the things that they want, maybe they're a big maybe they're a big comic book fan and they want to go and buy, the new Star Wars, not the new Star Wars, the new comic book movies coming out like Winter Soldier or whatever. They might download that just to have it, but when it comes out on Blu-ray, they're going to want the extras. So they're the person that will buy that. And they'll buy every one of those. Does that make sense?
You're saying that all pirates are like this?
No, it's just that's
a generalization.
The report says this is what their numbers represent. That the people that are pirating are also spending the most legal money. It's just the numbers on how it is. The people who do pirate also spend a lot of money because they are connoisseurs. They know that download copy is not as good. And we all know that download copy is never as good. It's a cam video or it's a compressed video. And as a connoisseur, the compressed video is like a hot dog. It's going to get you by, it's sustenance, but it's not that steak that you want in the end, that you crave. So you're going to go and buy that steak. You're going to spend, $30 on that steak to bring it home and watch it and see all this stuff because you're that fan. And somebody who consumes media on that level spends more naturally. They also download more naturally. So the pirates are spending more on media.
So it's good for the economy still.
It's good for the economy.
Pirating
Think about it.
is still good. No, I just
like
want
pirates from back in the day.
I just want to stop this real fast
meant.
and let Lucas know that I'm just playing devil's advocate because he's getting a little heated trying to convince me about his pirating argument, and I'm really just trying to egg him on to get more information out of him.
I'm protecting all pirates out there.
There you go.
Because I know they spend a lot of money on the industry that I went to school for, and that one day I'll actually have to pay off those student loans.
I think it's a good idea to pirate. I mean, back.
And welcome Phil to the show.
No. I mean, think about it. Back in the day, pirates. What did they do? Right? They took everything. They took all the money. They took all the gold. You see the treasure chest boxes?
Yeah.
Where's
They're
the
always
rum?
overflowing.
Where's the rum?
Okay, so here's the thing. They're gonna use that money still. They're
Yeah,
still
you're right.
good for the economy.
They don't just bury it, right?
Right. They're gonna use it sometime.
Depending on which
It's
Blackbeard
called being.
story you read,
It's called
they
being
might bury it.
medially
He's like,
obese.
screw it, let's just pirate it. I don't want to put it back into the
We're just
economy.
all medially obese,
Blackbeard was
Just
the best
ingesting
anti-economist
so
out
much.
there.
Blackbeard was the coolest pirate, but that's for another
That's
day.
also another show. So what do we got? Another
I would
show?
love a pirate
We have a
show.
Netflix. We have a Netflix topic for another show. We have Blackbeard for another pirates in
Blackbeard.
general.
Oh, he's coming out with a show too, guys.
Who?
Blackbeard is.
Yeah.
Another show. Save it. Save
Called
it.
Crossbones.
Oh, Crossbones. We'll look that up.
We will look that
We'll
up.
have you back
John
on the show.
Malkovich.
John
I do
Malkovich.
like John Malkovich.
Very
We
cool.
can't talk about that right now because Lucas
Well, tune
is
in next
really
time.
excited about a feature of the Rack that is coming out very soon.
Okay,
called
wait a second.
Rack
We need a moment of
Challenges.
silence because
We don't need a moment of silence.
here's the rack changes. Thus on, for the rest of the summer, the rack is starting to change. Like, listen to it.
It's puberty.
It's a changing wind. We are going to be doing something special here on the Rack. It's called the Rack Summer of Challenge, and we'd like to do this maybe every summer. So support us, guys.
If
Like our
if we
Facebook.
succeed in surviving to next summer.
I'm not going to lie to you. Conrad and I are here to entertain you and have fun.
First and foremost, to inform you, and then also to entertain you. It's like
I think
pretty
first and
50-50.
foremost just to look fun.
Infotainment.
And then
you
maybe
go.
to get some infotainment afterwards.
There
But
you
we're
go.
here to entertain you, let's be honest.
So Lucas came up with this idea, basically that he wants us to have these competitions about every 2 weeks.
So every 2 weeks we're gonna have. We're changing the website over, the Facebook over. It's gonna say Rack Summer of Challenge. I'm gonna be working on that tonight.
So we're going to get rid of the rack on the rack cover to Rack Summer of Challenge.
A note to that: if you guys ever want to send us the rack, just print out our logo, and we'll post your picture as long as you're 18 and older. Let us know. We need your ID.
We need more rack pictures.
We need more rack pictures. And it's not anti-feminist or whatever your friend said. It's just some fun. That's all it
so
is.
Leah, who is probably never ever going to listen to this
Yeah,
because
Leah.
of the cover photo on our Facebook, sorry.
She volunteered, just so you know, so it was okay.
Yeah, no, we
loves
didn't force
boobs.
it. But most people do.
I
Absolutely.
don't know if that'll get me
But
in
the
trouble,
rack,
but everyone loves
the
them.
Rack Summer of Challenges basically is going to put Lucas and I in competitions with
Against each other.
Yeah,
So we have some challenges, and we're going to let them sort of vote on what ones we do. I think the due date's going to be towards the end of March, beginning of June. We got to work out the details.
May. You said
I'm sorry,
March.
May and June.
There you go.
So May and June. I haven't worked out the complete details. We're going to have a meeting tonight. We're going to discuss how this is all going to go down.
Well, we're going to have options up there for basically you guys to choose what challenges we do, and then
Yes.
also there's going to be a punishment aspect to this to the person who loses.
Yes. So the first off, some of the challenges that I have out there right now are geocaching challenge, and you guys are going to see these all the challenges are going to have its own post. On all the punishments will have their own post. And if you want to contribute, and we really encourage you to contribute, let us know of a challenge that you want us to do to go head-to-head at. And also let us know a punishment that you'd like us to do. There's some rules to each of those, and we'll discuss those a little bit later. But some of the challenges that I have is geocaching challenge, where we had to find the most geocaches in a certain amount of time. Paper and plastic bag cosplay challenge, where we have to make a cosplay outfit out of only paper and plastic bags and maybe some tape.
I already have mine in mind, by the way.
I don't.
This. I do. I do. I've already thought about it.
So we don't know if we're going to do that. It's up to you guys. You guys are going to vote on them, and we're going to figure out a way you can do that. The Desert Bus Challenge, if you know what Desert Bus is, it's a really annoying, boring game. The No Death Mario Challenge, where we play Mario simultaneously. First person to die is done.
I feel like I'm going to beat you at that. I think I have some pretty good hand-eye coordination, and I played the game like a fiend when I was a kid, man. It's muscle memory for me now.
I'm not that good, but if I stand still, it's still legal.
Maybe we'll do some maybe live action Mario Kart challenge where we get into a go-kart and we throw crap at each other. The LARP sword challenge where basically Lucas and I will beat the crap at each other with foam swords. We might have Brewer back on to referee that for us because I don't know the rules to LARPing and Lucas barely does. But there's a point system for hitting each other. And Mike Wiggins over here at the Phoenix Cafe. Michael Wiggins, sorry. At the Phoenix Cafe in Hazel Park has the swords for us to use. I came up with the idea of Super Smash Mothers, which would pit our moms against each other in Super Smash Brothers.
And they're defending our honor. And if the mom that loses, the son has to go and do the punishment.
And the punishments are going to be up as well. Lucas, what are some of the punishments that you thought of?
Some of the punishments I thought of, none of these are in stone because we want to know what you guys think, and we'll figure that out from there. I did karaoke, dress up as Britney Spears or something like that at karaoke and do the oops, I did it again. Starting off simple. Vegetarian for a week.
That is terrible. I hate that one.
Which vegetarian for a week?
Yes, I
At the
love
end of
meat.
the week.
You know how much meat I eat?
Yeah,
all
I know.
Week?
Me too. Come on now. At the end of the week, we have to go to like a Slo's barbecue, and you have to sit there, and we'll buy the dinner, but it can only be like the other person, the guy that wins,
salad.
has to order dinner for you, a vegetarian dinner. So like if I lose, Conrad orders my dinner at Slo's.
We're also thinking about the switcheroo car wash, where we're gonna have maybe some racketeers can do it.
I call it the one-man car wash.
The one-man car wash, yeah, but it's gonna be kind of a little switcheroo though. We're gonna have maybe some racketeers, maybe some friends of ours. We're gonna have some
cute girls out by the road
with holding up
cars.
signs for a car wash. They're gonna come back there, and the loser of the last rack challenge, either Lucas or myself, will be back there, possibly in a bikini, ready to wash a car.
So one guy trying to wash a car when they come around the corner to get a car wash, and there's Conrad, because I'm not going to lose
He really
this one.
will not.
I'm not going to lose that one.
He will not let himself.
I am not wearing Daisy
Dukes.
Dukes. I'm sorry. I do not know.
It could be like that episode of Family Guy where Peter Griffin's in Daisy Dukes, man.
I'm not doing Daisy Dukes.
He rocked it.
I'm not rocking Daisy Dukes.
But it seems like a really cool concept. We're going to be really fleshing it out. There's going to be some rules. Let's
discuss some of the rules. One of the big rules is there's no nudity for any of these. So I'm not getting naked, nor does anybody want to see Conrad naked. So there's none of that going on.
So no nudity, nothing illegal.
Yeah, nothing illegal. The second thing is
these are for the what do you call it? Also the challenges, but as well as the punishments, guys.
We don't want to destroy property, so we're not going to go rip up somebody's first episode of Wolverine or first issue of Wolverine. We don't want to do
Russ,
that.
your issue of Wolverine's safe, buddy.
So we're not going to destroy anything. We don't want any harm to come to anybody, so nobody's going to like cut themselves. None of that crazy stuff.
Not eating meat for a week could kill me, Lucas.
No, you'll be fine.
It could kill me.
You'll be fine.
Personal defamation, pretty much, right?
Oh my God.
Doing a live broadcast in female Cosby, Michael Wiggins just submitted one.
There you go. That's the very first submission to the Rack Summer Challenge.
You have to
I
have
think
a video
Conrad
camera
wants
for
to
that,
do
though.
that one.
What?
You have to have a video camera for that, though.
Yes, we're going to have a video camera for all these punishments. Every
do
punishment will be videotaped. I'm working on that. But every punishment will be videoed and will be uploaded. So I'm really excited for this Rack Summer of Challenge. I want you guys, all the racketeers out there, I want them to really get excited about this. Let us know what you want to see Conrad
There's
and I
nearly
beat each other
200
with.
of you out there, and we boomed up this past week on Facebook. Like I said, again, we are amazed by that. Thank you so much. Now we want you guys to contribute. We want to bring you into the show. So go to facebook.com/TheRackShow.
Or TheRackShow.com.
As well, and do some of this commenting. Let us know what you guys want to see Lucas and I embarrass ourselves doing, because we'll do it.
We're going to do this. And we'll work out a vote system later on here this week.
Maybe the most likes.
Yeah, we don't know. Because there's going to be... Yeah, but how do we do a poll and keep adding other people's ideas to that poll?
You can add it.
We can do that? Okay. We're going to have to figure this out. We'll talk to Michael Wiggins about this later and some other people because we need to figure out how to, like, sort of manage this community that you guys are in now, and I'm really excited. The Steam giveaway. Yes, there was a person that won the Steam giveaway.
Yeah, so basically what we said last week was when we bought the Humble Weekly Bundle was that Lucas has a ton of Steam games and he has a ton of duplicate codes and he was going to give one lucky Racketeer. And you know what, the more I say it, the more that's growing on me. Racketeer. I got it. High five. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, I did something right.
But the one lucky Racketeer is going to get one random free Steam game.
It's not random, actually.
Oh, it's not?
No. So, this is going into our Let's Play. Conrad and I bought Humble Bundle Co-op Bundle along with Crows, the Crows podcast.
Yeah, it was the Crows podcast featuring the Rack last week.
Night we were up really late trying to figure out how to do a Let's Play because we figured, we'd like to try to do a Let's Play. If you don't know what a Let's Play is, it's where we videotape ourselves playing a video game. Well, we did it Rack style, I would have to say. And it took us a while to figure out the technology behind it, but we did it Rack style.
But we made it work, so Lucas and I actually sat down last night about 3:30 a.m. and played Wanderlust Rebirth on Steam.
Pretty awesome.
It was a really fun game.
It goes for $7.99 on Steam, or you can get a 4-pack to share with your friends for $24.99 right now. So go check it out. It's by Chucklefish and Yeti Trunk.
There you go. Good job. Lucas is really proud that he remembered that. But that's going to go up probably on Wednesday or so if you guys want to see our Let's Play.
We're still trying to figure out how to now render it out without looking like crap.
Yeah, it looks kind of crappy.
With some cool stuff we did that's not normal in the Let's Play, because Conrad and I just don't do normal Let's Plays.
Nope. We actually don't do Let's Plays ever. This is our first one.
So what we decided to do, this is an RPG co-op game, and it's like it's 8-bit graphics, you would say?
I would say more like 16-bit. Very reminiscent of Link to the Past meets like a Chrono Trigger kind of aspect.
And we're not going to go over how the game is because you could just watch the video. It's about an hour and a half as it stands right now, but you don't have to watch the whole thing. But it's funny for this special reason. Conrad and I got to play this game together, and I decided we're going to do voiceovers.
And by he decided I'm going to do it all, and he's going to read his character. So every voice that's not Lucas that we read on the screen is me.
So he does the voiceovers for everybody else. This is something we'd love to get Philip involved in because he does amazing voiceovers also. So I'm sitting there and I'll read my character's voice. Like when it comes up, then there's, plot text or whatever, and then he plays all the NPCs along with his character who's also named Conrad. It's pretty awesome. There's a bar wench that he does, and it's spectacular, guys. Check out the Let's Play.
Absolutely check it out. It'll be up sometime later on in the week.
I'm hoping Wednesday.
For Wednesday.
Because
Hopefully
we just got to figure out how to render it out because it's a huge file, and YouTube won't take it, and it looks horrible when I render it out. So.
And Lucas is, if nothing, a perfectionist when it comes to the quality of the product.
I'm going to have to call one of our friends, Aaron G from Aaron G TV.
We need to get him on here.
He's awesome.
He is awesome.
He's another Filipino.
The giant Filipino.
Giant Filipino.
Yeah. Another guy. Lucas really relates to him. But anyway, we're getting off topic. I think we're pretty much done with the show. We have a little bit of house cleaning to do. Want to let you guys know about the Steamtopia 1 month to con dance that's coming.
Dance party. It's on May 17th. I will be there.
Unfortunately, I will not. I may show up late.
Okay, cool.
As a surprise.
How late does it go, Michael Wiggins?
1:32.
1:32 o'clock.
Then it's very feasible that I could show up later. I won't be in steampunk gear, unfortunately.
I won't either.
Because
I don't have steampunk gear yet.
But definitely check it out. It's in the Doubletree, Detroit, Dearborn, that's stuff.
Doubletree Hilton.
Thank you.
In Detroit. It's at 8 p.m. on May 17th. It's going to be awesome. Come out.
Cover,
it's
cash bar.
It's $5 cover, cash bar. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of dancing. I'm going to tell you, if you're not part of the steampunk community, this is one of the greatest communities to get involved with. They're very welcoming. They're very fun. They're like a family that you're automatically accepted into.
And they're going to be drinking.
There's going to be a lot of fun.
And that's leading up actually into Steamtopia, which I will be at and Lucas won't be.
Yes. I will not be there. Sorry, guys. I will have to be on vacation.
But Steamtopia is going to be June 12th through 15th. I will be there broadcasting
along with a special guest.
Special host who we're hoping is going to say yes. I'm not going to say it on the show yet, but I'm going to ask him after we're done.
So, and he's a really cool guy. You may have heard of us talk about him on previous shows.
He was actually on the show very briefly.
That's right.
So there's a hint, guys. There's a hint.
I can guarantee you the steampunk Boba Fett will be there.
Michael Wiggins is talking to us from across the room. You might not be able to hear him, but he's letting us know that at Steamtopia, June 12th through 15th, Steampunk Boba Fett will be on the Rack Show. So it's definitely something to check it out.
So you can check that out at steamtopia.biz. Now, after the dance party, the next day is our very, very first Rack event. That's tabletop and board game night with the Rack. It's not a night, it's actually a whole day. It's May 18th. Starts at 1 p.m. here at the the Phoenix Cafe in Hazel Park,
which is at the corner of John R. and 10 Mile.
And it goes till 9 p.m. at night. It's smack dab in the middle of the day. We're going to do a live show at 5 p.m. straight from here. It's going to be one of our very first theme episodes,
which is going to be board gaming,
and we're going to have some special guests on it pertaining to board gaming.
It's not something that you're going to want to miss.
And please, definitely come out. It's free to come out here. They have some great drinks that you can drink here. They serve Chisano coffee, tea, water, pop.
Lucas and I will be playing games all day. It's going to be great. I have a few of them that I can bring out. Lucas has a ton,
I'm sure there'll be a D&D or Pathfinder game going on throughout the day. It'll probably be epic. I know I'm going to want to play maybe a Firefly game that I bought.
Lucas has been wanting to learn how to play this Firefly game since he bought it, and
Firefly?
I haven't had the chance to read him the instructions yet, which if you've listened to the show, you know that's a thing that we do. And I'm going to say it right now, I'm putting it out there. Lucas, we're going to play Firefly.
We're going to play Firefly.
That's going to happen.
Sunday.
May 18th. From 1 until 9, the Rack Show is going to have our Rack game.
Yeah, definitely come out. We're going to have some fun, and I think that's it.
I don't know if we have anything else to say. Phil?
What?
Do you have anything else you want to say, dude?
You haven't brought up your favorite topic yet.
Masturbation?
Yeah.
Michael Wiggins knows about what his favorite topic is.
I'm going to put this on the record. Masturbation.
And it's officially a Rack Show with Phil D now because we have discussed masturbation.
Not a lot going on with that, though. I mean, I have a kid coming, so... You know,
High five for the kid.
Yeah, there you go.
That's happening.
He's going to be awesome.
Within the same breath, we talked about masturbation for his unborn child.
Right. It's a
pretty
weird one.
Pretty on par for the
We're going to keep this for when he's like 12 years old. Well,
I'm gonna give him on a DVD or a CD. He's like, "What's a CD for his graduation?" He's like, "I don't have anywhere to put a CD. What's this?
What kind of archaic technology is this?"
I'm like,
listen, that
out.
was top of the line stuff. You walked around.
Go to Salvation Army, find a CD player.
The thing is that CDs aren't even top of the line now. We're dating ourselves already. We're already basically by then it'll be like his version of A-Track.
Yeah.
CD,
you can only fit 21 songs on there?
Compact disc? What is that? It's not even
the
that
hell
compact.
is that?
I can't fit this in the microchip in my finger that I use as my cell phone.
Just think about it. They'll be using that stuff as like retro, like thrift store stuff. They'll take CDs and put it on a gold chain, and that'll be.
CDs will become coasters.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're already coasters.
Yeah, you're right.
They're coasters now.
I've seen a suit made out of CDs.
I
like
saw a
chainmail
Hanson
suit.
CD coaster.
I think I saw an Iron Man made out of CDs.
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool.
This is called CD Man.
There you go, Mega Man villain.
Oh,
Dun 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 dun. And with that, the Rack is done. Lucas, anything else to say?
You have a going out line.
I have a going out line that I mess up about 90%
I just want to say
of the
thank you,
time.
Racketeers, for listening to us today.
Yes, you just listened to episode 5, season 2 of The Rack Show. Thank you guys so much. We took geek culture off the shelf and showed it to you for Lucas and Phil D and Michael Wiggins. I am Conrad. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. Or you'll hear us next time. We won't really see you. I messed up.
You might see us if you come to the 18th thing.
There you go.
Bye, Rack.
And check out the promo video on the Rack Show Facebook.
Bye, Racketeers.
Natural 20, bitches!